Hello and welcome to another episode of the Small Town Tourist Podcast, where we experience and explore everything that makes small towns great. I'm your host, Abby, and today we are heading to Waite Park, Minnesota to hang out with Brett and Leah from Omni Training Facility. Now, I actually connected with Leah in a way that had nothing to do with Omni Training Facility. We actually connected over Facebook Marketplace. Kind of a weird story. We get into that in the interview, but Omni Training Facility is such a cool place, and I'm so glad that I got to sit down with Leah and Brett and talk all about how they're making fitness inclusive for everyone in central Minnesota. So please enjoy our time hanging out with Brett and Leah. So I will have you each start by giving your name, where you're from, and what you do. So whenever you're ready.
My name is Leah Egan. I'm originally from Wisconsin. Don't hold that against me. And I live now in the beautiful land of Minnesota, and I like the Vikings, and I reside in Clearwater, Minnesota. And then what was the third question?
And what you do. So kind of like why we're here.
Oh, I just hang out with this guy out most of the day, most of the time.
Whenever I show up.
I am one of Brett's employees. So he tells me what I should do. He's the general manager around here, and then I just do it.
Okay.
Brett
Ritter from Sock Rabbit.
The dirty sock.
The dirty sock. I've never heard it called that. I live there, and I've never heard it called that, but I'm only going to be referring to it as that from here on out.
And from work at Workhorse and here for half of the time.
Half.
Half is loose, I'm guessing.
He's lying on his time card.
No, half.
Okay, so for everyone who's not seeing any sort of video version of this, where are we sitting right now?
We are inside Omni Training Facility in Waite Park, Minnesota, located right across from kind of La Casita, Taco Bell, Viking Electric. That's painting a picture for you. And we are in the office.
So what is Omni? Because this building is huge and expansive. I pulled up to it and I'm like, this place is massive. What's going on here?
Well, Omni means all without limits. So we started Omni, and Brett is actually, in all seriousness, the reason why we started. So we started Omni to be an inclusive fitness facility for all abilities. And we started in 2019, April, right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Talk about timing on that one.
Yeah.
Right before it.
A little bit of a hurdle there, but we survived.
We survived that.
And we started with just one group class. Darren Vossen was our Olympic lifting coach. And then we had open gym and some personal trainers that would do personal training in the space. And it grew to what it is today with 35 group fitness classes a week, a staff of 16 people, 3 people doing marketing, advertising, photography, Brett as our GM, owner, operator, all the things. And then we added Omni Nordic, which is our Nordic spa. We wanted to be as traditional as possible with the sauna ice bath experience and doing cold exposure. So we learned about cold exposure probably 3 or 4 years ago and would jump in our river behind our house and just loved the feeling of cold exposure. So we were like, we need to incorporate this, especially with fitness and how hard we work on the gym side. We knew we needed to add a recovery side. So we have yoga on this side, Tai Chi, hot stone sauna, 200 degrees, 45-degree cold plunges that we built, and all sorts of cool stuff.
That's insane. Like, this place is so much more than, like, you think, like, oh, it's another gym. Like, there's a billion of them in the town. This place is so much more than that. I used to work at a Lifetime Fitness. I actually worked at White Bear Lake Lifetime Fitness, which is, like, the fancy pants one. This place is cooler than that.
Oh, well, thank you. You hear that?
This place is awesome. You guys have a huge gym facility that I walked into. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is expansive. And then with the saunas and the cold plunges and the retail space that you have out front, it's so cool.
Thank you so much. It's been a huge project. All three of us have really put our blood, sweat, and tears into this place. And we do pretty much everything from making our apparel with a heat press and a Cricut to designing programming to our website, just kind of bootstrap mentality of starting from the ground up and not having a lot of funding in the very beginning. So we just made it work. And some of the things are DIY, but they have their own special touch to them.
So what was like, is this just always what you've wanted to do, is run a fitness facility? Or take me on the journey of you guys having the idea for this place and then going to opening right before the pandemic.
Yeah, we definitely didn't plan that, but...
No, we didn't.
I think for me, it all started when I was very little. I was always around family members who had wheelchairs. My grandpa, who's a Navy veteran, was diagnosed with MS and started using a wheelchair. And I have this picture of me. I was probably 8 years old, and I was looking at his wheelchair, just fascinated. And then I would go with my mom and bring him to the wellness center in New Richmond and help him exercise. So I would help him get out of his chair and onto the rower, or just lift weights and get on and off the equipment. And as I got older, I loved fitness. I loved sports. Hockey was huge in our family. My grandpa was the first hockey coach in our town. He started the first team. And then my uncles built the rink, and just we have so many ties with hockey. So went to college for recreation and sports management. I wanted to be involved in sports and fitness as much as I could. And then I learned the therapeutic side of it and how beneficial moving your body and fitness and sports and teams is for your mental health and your longevity. And that really got me involved in I don't want to say the C word, but the CrossFit world.
Is that a bad word? We can't say CrossFit?
No, it's not a bad word. But
Do I need to bleep that?
We are not a CrossFit affiliate, so since we don't pay an affiliate fee, we cannot use the word. But our fitness facility is very much, it feels like the CrossFit community. So that group fitness feel and just people from all walks of life coming together. That's what I loved about CrossFit, and that's what I brought Brett into. I knew he would love just giving people shit and meeting so many new people. He's so funny to be around, and just... he's an incredible person. So yeah, I brought him into the space, and we're like, hey, we need to start a gym that's very inclusive for all abilities, where wheelchairs can just roll right in, and the floor plan can be very wheelchair accessible, and the programming is very inclusive. So we've designed it to be that way since day one. That was our mission. And Colin is the most intelligent person I've ever met or known. So with his help, he was able to pretty much just take it away. And then Brett, he's just the face, the name, the everything.
Vibe. Like immediately good vibes.
Exactly. Yeah. He is. He's like the mascot.
Not a bad position to be in. I love that. I love that you guys are so inclusive. Even when I literally was here for 30 seconds before you came and met me here, and I was looking around, I'm like, there is someone from every walk of life working out right now. And that is so cool to see. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. And I feel that too. When I come, I'll fly here after work, and I walk in, and it's just still unbelievable, and people doing incredible things, and just all the small achievements that happen inside the gym carry on to other areas of your life and bring confidence into people, into their workplaces or into their families. And I love seeing that. One of my favorite things is seeing the confidence level in people from when I first meet them to 3 months later. They're just almost like a different person.
It's an inner and an outer transformation.
Yes, absolutely.
So cool. So you mentioned like yoga and Tai Chi happening out here, and then 35 group classes throughout the week. What do you guys all offer here?
Yeah, so we do Omni Fit, which is our adult fitness group classes, and those are just a variety of all types of movements. So you scale any movement that you need. You can adapt any movement and really make it your own. But we have an app called Sugar WOD, so all of the workouts are on the app every week, and you can go see what the workout is.
Sugar WOD?
Yep.
For a workout?
Yep.
That seems a little backwards, right?
So, I mean, we could look at the workout for tomorrow, see what it is, and then see how Brett could change it if he needed to, or if there was sprinting, we would do some skiing, something to change it out. Our coaches are all very intelligent, and we have 4 of us who have gone through the 5 that have gone through the Adaptive Training Academy. So we all learned how to adapt movements and exercises and work with injury or any different abilities.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So then, we have yoga on this side. We just partnered with Shanti Yoga Center
Oh my gosh,
here in
love
town.
Shanti.
Amazing. Jess is amazing. Her studio is so beautiful. It's like my happy place. And they come in and do yoga 3 times a week now. And then Tai Chi it's a wonderful practice. And I'm hopefully going to have more time to teach Tai Chi after I finish grad school, which will be hopefully in 4 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And what other classes? Oh, then we have our Olympic weightlifting class. So this is I wish Colin were here to talk about the Olympic weightlifting, because we have a world champion, Darren Vossen, who has literally lifted the most amount of weight in his age group in the entire world. And both of his sons have won state tournament titles, high school titles. I always forget. We flew Kevin Morales down to Atlanta, Georgia for him to compete in the North American Open. And he clean and jerked 409 pounds, something crazy like that.
What?
I know. I can't even remember all the statistics.
That's insane.
It was so cool being there. And so he trains here as well. I mean, we just have some incredible Olympic weightlifting athletes. And then we've had clinics. We've had Jared Enderton, who was on an Olympic team and programs for Invictus weightlifting. And he came and did a seminar here. He actually stayed in the hotel behind the gym, and we were like, oh no, why did you stay at that one? But yeah, so our Olympic weightlifting.
It's closer. Yeah.
Brett's gonna stay at this area.
No.
This is some deep St. Cloud lore for everyone who's not. They're listening to this podcast going, what are they talking about? If you live here, if you know, you know.
Exactly.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. And then some other classes, we do adaptive fitness classes. So Colin and I both coached the St. Cloud special hockey team. We started that's how Colin and I met. So I started the team in 2017, I believe it was. That's when I first met you, Brett. Was it 2016, 2017? Sometime around there?
No.
Feels like so long ago.
10.
No, it was not 2010. I was still in college at that time. But yeah, so we started that team, and that's how we met. And then we still train some of the adaptive athletes that were on our special hockey team in classes here.
That's amazing. It's such a wide array of what you guys are offering, and it just goes hand in hand with the variety of people you have coming to work out here.
Yeah, and special hockey is another incredible offering that we have in our St. Cloud community. The organization has incredible support from the Minnesota Wild. So when we started we were not partnered with the Minnesota Wild quite yet. And then when the organization did, we got free jerseys, socks, endless tape, we were spoiled, all the things.
Tape, sticks.
Yeah, just they would hand Brett a $300 stick and be like, here. I'm like, oh, he's just going to slash people with that.
What else are you supposed to do with it? It's hockey.
Yeah. That push people against the boards.
I love it.
Brett's
I love
a scrapper.
It so much. Hey, you got to be scrappy to play hockey.
Yeah.
So that team, for anyone listening, is still very much going on. Colin and I, in this last year, we sadly had to step away and just focus on the gym and school, and we just had a lot on our plate, so I had to take off something. So we're still very much involved, and Amanda Pickett is now the head coach. Well, she's the assistant coach. They have a new head coach.
Okay.
So check out minnesotaspecialhockey.org.
Very cool. So you do training here for that, and then I'm guessing games are played at the MAC and Burnix Arena, or
it's at St. Cloud State.
Oh, okay, sweet, even better.
Brett makes a few phone calls and then he just gets his way.
It's all about who you know.
He called me yesterday. I need a phone number. I said, okay, I need the women's hockey coach's phone number. I said, that's a hard no.
For personal or work reasons.
Work, you mean?
Oh, that's so fun. So let's touch a little bit on the community you have here at the gym, because you can tell even when you just walked in, you're saying hi to people, you know everyone by name. Like, talk about the family that you've built out here.
It's hard to describe. It's hard to put words to the feelings of being involved in such a wonderful community. Like I was telling you earlier, I wish that we could do a podcast with each and every one of our members, because they all have incredible stories. They come from all different walks of life. They can teach you so much. And they have all overcome a lot of things. I mean, when you sit down with some people or just talk in a quick passerby conversation, you get to hear about what they're going through. And a lot of the times you can relate and they relate to each other. And one of the things I love doing is connecting people. And I'll hear somebody's story and then later on talk to somebody else and they have either a similar story or they are on the same paths or have the same passions. And then I love connecting them. Oh my gosh, you need to meet so-and-so. Like one of my favorite things is like connecting people as friendships or like to date. Like I love being the matchmaker.
So you're like the Cupid of this operation.
Yeah.
That might be Brett, actually.
That was you.
Brett's just trying to be his own Cupid. He's going around shooting everyone with the arrow.
Whatever.
I love that. There is something special about like a dedicated like workout group and gym family. I know that when I was doing some like cross training classes, like you get to know everyone because you're all working towards similar goals of being healthy and strong. And you're doing it most of the time at the same time of day on the same day of the week. Like you just get to know people and what they're going through because you're having those conversations as you're working out together, which is really cool.
Absolutely. And routine is so big. That's what will really get you to your goals, I personally think. So when you come at a time when it's really fun or people are holding you accountable, like where were you last week? And it keeps you on that routine. And another big reason why we keep doing all the things we're doing with Omni is because people have told us how much it's helped their mental health, and even just some like really sad stories of like this place saved my life, or this place like I need when COVID happened and we had to shut down, people were saying, please, like let me just keep coming, I need this for my mental health. And we're like, all right, well your key still works, and like grab a mop if the cops come, pretend like you're cleaning.
Yeah.
So we kind of had a little speakeasy operation going. Hopefully nobody listens to this.
Allegedly.
We just left the door open. That's what happened.
But honestly, there is something so important about working out and your mental health. Like, I just got back on my workout train after being off of it for a year and a half as I was going through some job transitions. Mm-hmm. In the past 3 months that I've been working out again, I feel so much better. Yeah. The world is so much lighter. There's color again. It's crazy how much of a difference it makes.
For sure. I can tell if I don't work out for a few days, and even Colin can too, if I'm more moody, he's like, you haven't worked out a couple days. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Dang it, you're...
Dang it.
Hate it when you're right.
God.
Brett can tell too. He's like, you crabby bitch.
You can swear on this. I put the explicit thing on it.
Oh, perfect.
We're all adults. I declare open swearing.
Open swearing.
We're just going to put a sensor over your... That's why we have the tape here, Brett, so we can just put this over your mouth.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, this is so fun. So what do you guys kind of envision for the near future and the far future here at Omni? Let's start with like the near future. Next 6 months to a year, what's kind of things looking like around here?
This is a great time for you to ask that question because we are in the middle of purchasing the property.
Oh, wow.
So probably like the biggest step we'll ever take for Omni. We currently lease the space, and the current owner is ready to sell. He's getting to that age and just wants to sell. So it's either we buy it or he could potentially sell it to someone else, which then we don't really know what our future would look like here. And because we have done so much to the space and it's in a great location and people really love it, we were like, all right, let's do this. We got to try to buy it. So Brett gave us, short of $1 million, and then we're just going to use his savings account.
No, none.
Oh, what? I thought that was the deal.
No, that's not.
Where's your initial investment? Come on.
No.
Ground level.
Ground level.
But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm really hoping everything works out really well. We have some amazing and incredible people in this community that are helping us do that and guiding a path because it's all new. I have not ever envisioned being a commercial real estate property owner by any means. So this is definitely new to me. And yeah, people are just so helpful. They're so generous. So that's been really huge and helpful. And then we have some other really special plans as well. Some of them are still yet to be released.
Okay.
But we have a very special partnership with a family, the Charlie Boyk's family. And Charlie used to come here. And for those not listening, Charlie was in a car accident and passed away. And we really miss Charlie, everybody here, and we have his banner hanging up, so it feels like he's still here. But we have plans to do some stuff in honor and remembrance of Charlie and have it be free for the community and for youth athletes to come and use it. So more to come on that.
Oh, that is so special.
Yeah.
Like what a way to keep his light alive in the community, because that was a devastating loss. For those unfamiliar with that story, I'll be sure to link that down in the show notes if you want to read more on that. But that's very sweet of you guys to keep his story and his legacy afloat through what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it when you said, like, he was such a light. He would be selling sweet corn. He would be helping us. He would be looking outside at places we could hang a shooting net or just ideas. He would bring his dog in to the workouts, and he was just a one-of-a-kind kid. We really miss him. And it was also incredible at his funeral, at his services, his hockey coach, Pete Matnich, was speaking, and he mentioned how much he loved Omni. So hearing the gym name it was incredible. A whole gymnasium full of people, all the hockey teams, everyone wearing their jerseys. And when Pete said that was probably the most special moment in my entire life, just because it was something that I have been involved in and something that, our gym created. And then to hear that impact it made was probably the most special moment of my whole life, besides meeting Brett.
Yeah, it's just a real testament to what you guys are doing out here, changing lives, being that sense of relief, that way people are just being a better version of themselves. Like, it's just really cool. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Thank you.
So what would it look like for someone who is listening to this right now going, oh, maybe they have a gym, maybe they're like looking to get back into a gym routine. Like if they walked in here, what does it look like for them to get started with taking classes?
Great question. So we are in the middle of developing an onboarding process because we want to make it as simple as possible. But currently, and at the present time, we have a YouTube video that kind of shows you the process of getting started, and we had a translator translate the video in ALS, American Sign Language,
awesome.
So that if anybody is deaf or hard of hearing, they can watch that online. So it was kind of our way to incorporate all inclusivity and just make it really an easy process to start. So when anybody wants to start, they usually reach out to myself or Colin or one of our coaches, and we get them a tour. We show them everything that we have to offer, sit down with them. Colin takes a lot of time showing them our programming because he wants people to understand. Sometimes workout language is like a second language with EMOM and AMRAP and all those terms. So he lays that all out and makes it really simple.
Okay, very cool.
What was it like for you, Brett, when you first came?
Yeah, what's your firsthand experience?
Yeah. Same like Leo said. And this commute is good, but the buses are not.
Transportation?
Yes. and it's too hard for the buses to back in and out of it.
Yeah, he usually gets dumped off at the road, and then he has to do some wheeling.
Not dump off the road.
Is that something you could like work with like Metrobus on?
Yeah, so Metrobus actually, they're wonderful. They drop Brett off in the front area. So then that's what he's kind of talking about, I think. Is that right, Brett? So it's not right at the front door. But some of them are really good at backing up. So they come all the way to the side and drop him off at the gym doors. His drivers are really friendly and very sweet.
I said, we might move the gym at some point.
Not anymore. That's not the plan anymore.
No. Was the plan to move it so they don't have to back up in it and move?
It sounds like Brett's going to design us a new parking lot.
I mean, there's that. There's always that option.
Add that to your initial investment, Brett.
Yeah, tack that on to the building cost.
Well, the funny part is Brett usually gets caught up talking to people or doing something in here, and then he misses his bus. So then he, likes to blame them. So he gets a no call, no show.
That's them.
And that's where the phrase no call, no show came from. We say that a lot around here when someone is short or misses something, or because if you don't make your Metro bus time, you get a no call, no show. Brett's gotten a few of those.
Not it.
They're going to take your bus pass.
Again, allegedly. This is all allegedly.
Yes. Don't be throwing Metro bus under the bus. Unintended.
They already do.
But that is a really cool thing, too, is the adaptive services that we have in the area and getting people here. So Brett lives across town, works at Wacosa. We partner with CO2 program, which is out of St. John's University and St. Cloud State University. So the individuals in that program are going to college and they're learning on-the-job skills or socialization skills because they might struggle with anxiety or a number of things.
Yeah.
So we hire them to do different services around the gym, whether that's like maintenance, some operation stuff, cleaning, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times you'll see the CO2 students or interns here working away as well.
That's cool.
Seem to really love it and enjoy it. We've had a few of them that came back to be gym members and still work out to this day. And a lot of good stories and collaborations with the community.
Well, and what a cool place to be doing that sort of thing. Like a good environment to be in, friendly people. Like I can imagine why they're coming back.
Oh, thank you. Why do you come back, Brett?
Shush.
Oh, that's great. Is there anything we haven't really covered yet or touched on that you were wanting to highlight about what makes this place truly unique?
Well, I think all the elite athletes, the programs that we have developed, we now are the official training facility for the Norsemen.
Oh, wow.
So
congratulations.
Juniors hockey team, they're incredible, very hardworking young men. And we also have partnered to be the training facility for the College of St. Ben's. So we train 9 of their 11 sports teams.
Wow.
So Colin and Lisa are both the trainers for the teams, and they actually go to the college and use their gym. And then the partnership with Shanti Yoga Center. So I think a lot of those community partnerships are new and exciting and working really well. They've really taken off. The youth training that Colin provides has really taken off. I've heard nothing but wonderful things from the youth athletes and their parents. The way he, again, I wish he was here to speak to this, but the way he develops and writes the programming is genius. He is very smart. So
what a cool thing to be collaborating with so many people in the community. And like, I'm all about, like, this has been my year of collaboration and like meeting people and expanding my network. And it's changed my life completely. So I love that you guys are in the same boat on that kind of thing and like working together. How can we improve the lives of more people by reaching out to people that are in other circles that might not know about like Shanti or the St. Ben's kids who might pretty much exist in the St. Joe area. This expands them more towards Waite Park, St. Cloud. So
exactly.
Very cool. Very cool.
Exactly. And we've really tried to offer a holistic approach to health and wellness. So we added the Cedar Room, which is the room right next to us, and that we have people renting for Thai body work, massage, Reiki, some of those integrative health and holistic modalities that really are complementary to training, which is all kind of goes hand in hand. So, and then we also sell wild ginger apothecary. So Naomi, who you know.
Friend of the pod. Go back and listen to her episodes.
Yes.
Those were fun.
Yes, watch them make little mocktails. I
was
love
so
that
fun.
episode. Yeah, that was before I even knew who you were. That's so crazy how we
It's
found each
so
other.
funny how everything just overlaps.
Yes, yes. We should tell them the story about how you and I connected.
Yeah, so this was fun. Scrolling on Facebook Marketplace last week, which is my kryptonite. I love Facebook Marketplace.
She's scrolling.
I'm scrolling. And so I'm come across your listing for the podcast studio space that you guys had. So tell them about that. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to use the space up here. We just renovated it, and I was like, what else could people rent out this space or even use it for? And we started Omni After Dark, which we tested different beers from breweries around the area, and then we would just talk about stuff. And we had no equipment, nothing set up. It was just a fun thing we would do after the Friday night workout, and then we would sauna and ice bath. And we would just put it on Facebook Live. You couldn't even hear what we were saying because we had no microphone.
You had a cell phone in a dream.
Yes. And so I was like, one day we had it all set up, kind of cute looking. I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, there might be somebody out there who just wants to find some really cheap space to do their podcasts. I'm like, I'll just throw this on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, and then you reached out to me. And then I saw you were at Promenade.
Yeah, the YMCA Promenade. I just DJ'd that last week.
Yeah, and I was like, my friend was just there, James. He's an incredible singer. He was on America's Got Talent. He was on the Philippines Got Talent. He is, incredible. He's the video I showed to you.
He's got some pipes. He has got some pipes.
Yeah, we need to have him as a guest. He could sing into this microphone. Sound way better than me and Brett. Yeah, so then I saw your Facebook page, and then when you came here today is when I made the connection that, you did Naomi's podcast where you guys made the mocktails and looked at all the herbal tinctures. So
yeah.
So cool.
It's so fun. So yeah, you guys have like a space that people can come and like if they need to record, for example, with a client who doesn't have a dedicated recording space.
Winking.
Looking at myself. So people can just come and like rent that space by the hour, use it that way. Is that kind of what you guys are thinking along the lines of?
Yeah, absolutely. We're so flexible. We're pretty chill. All you have to do is run it by Brett. He makes all our decisions.
Get the seal of approval.
Do it. Don't care.
Just go.
What are we going to do if she doesn't show up for work? He'll discipline you.
Oh, I love that you guys are taking a look at the space that you have and going, how else can we serve the community beyond workouts and just do different things?
Yeah, I think that's the recipe to success. I think if you're in an industry like this for any other reason, if it's to make money or if it's to franchise and just, I don't know. If you have any other reasons, I just think that kind of shows in the end. And we're not trying to be millionaires by any means.
We should.
My dad always said growing up, we're rich in love.
Yeah, there you go. You can't take the money with you when you slide into the grave. So,
well, I love it. I'm so glad that we got to connect and do this, and hopefully we can figure out something with the karaoke that you mentioned when we first connected too. So,
oh, absolutely. And I thought of one more thing as you were asking about some of the stuff we've done here. Some of my most favorite moments are competitions that we've hosted. We have done some pretty large competitions.
Oh, yes, we did.
And at every single competition, we have an adaptive division. We always make sure that we include that. And Brett has competed in our adaptive division in the Big Impact Games. And he did an amazing job. What's your favorite movement, Brett?
Rowing.
I knew he was going to say that. He loves rowing. But give him some dumbbells, he'll just throw them at you.
Oh. Some days I'm like that too. I feel that.
But
so what is the competition? Is it just like powerlifting competitions?
there is lifting in the competitions, but it's very similar to the C word.
Okay.
Like a CrossFit competition, yeah. So we have different events. I think at the one Brett did, there was 4 different events. There was rowing, dumbbell push presses, box get-overs, sit-ups. He did some U-turns, ring rows.
Okay.
And we had people there helping, volunteers, people from our gym. They are incredible. They always step in when you need them to. And we were getting Brett in and out of his wheelchair for some of the events, onto the ground to do sit-ups. And he didn't quite make it on the podium that time.
No.
4th place, but hey. Better luck in hockey. That's where he excels.
Hey, we all have our strengths. I don't do competitive like anything, and I thought it was a good idea to do turns out it's like the largest amateur golf tournament in the country.
Yes.
So I ended up placing dead last in that. So things happen and we all learn our lessons, but we're better for trying.
It's all about the fun you had.
It's all about the fun and the friendships made along the way.
We took Brett golfing a few times and flew over a hill in the golf cart. He almost fell out.
Oh no.
you tell her what you did to that.
Well, you and Colin are probably 5 drinks in, and I'm always the responsible one, always. So I made sure they didn't crash.
No, tell her about the scoreboard.
What?
Scoreboard.
The scoreboard. Oh my gosh. Well, that was a different time. We were golfing at the Veterans Golf Course.
Oh no.
We would just turn Brett so he could swing out of the golf cart, and he hit a ball right into the scoreboard of the favorite field. No, that was so you.
That was
so you.
Again, if anything is broken, this is all allegedly.
Yeah, I think the ball hit the scoreboard. Might have been a post.
You hit the scoreboard.
We've had some crazy times with Brett. Me, Colin, and Brett have hung out so much and done so many things.
It sounds like trouble when you're all 3 together. Based on
definitely
just knowing you for this hour that we've been here. You sound like trouble, but in the best way.
Well, Brett, now you got to tell her your favorite song and how you went to their concert at the Ledge. And he didn't even invite us. He went to the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
Oh, my mom was at that show.
So tell her your favorite song.
Where's your phone?
You can't Google it.
No, where's yours?
He loves fishing in the dark.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
Yes.
Every red-blooded American loves fishing in the dark.
That's Brett's theme song for his entire life.
Wait, sing it.
So tell us more about you.
Oh,
Are you going to come work out with us? Come on, it's our time to recruit her.
I didn't realize that this interview is being flipped on me.
We're turning it around.
Turn the beat around. So, workout-wise, fitness-wise, I was doing it kind of like the C word. I was doing the Spark classes at StayFit pre-pandemic, and I did that for 3 years, up at 5 a.m. every morning, working out there.
Oh, you're a 5 a.m.er.
I was in the best shape of my life. And then the pandemic happened. And then my schedule switched. So I was a radio DJ at the time. And so I had to be to work at 4 a.m. So I couldn't work out in the morning anymore. So then I switched to working out with the old people in the afternoon at the YMCA. And that was my jam for a while too. And I was actually in pretty good shape just doing that on my own and taking the occasional group fitness class. And then when I made the career change and switched to being a county employee for the 1.5 years I was there, I didn't work out at all. I just my life and my schedule was so uprooted and different and impossible to manage that I'm like, fitness is on the back burner.
Yep.
We'll worry about this some other time. And then you're in your mid to late 20s and you're like, I'm invincible. It doesn't matter anyway. And then I'm like, oh no, it's catching up with me. So just a couple months ago, I actually started working out again with the trainer from StayFit. Nice. He quit at StayFit. Now he's doing his own thing. He actually has Garage Gang Gyms, which is out of his garage at his house in the Dirty Sock.
Oh, the sock.
And so I've been doing that for the past couple months. Nice. Just trying to get back on the horse and establish that routine again and just move my body, which I hadn't done for a while. I mean, I golfed, but I was doing cart golf. I wasn't walking it. So
You were golfing like me and Brett golf?
I was golfing on my women's league, which is all for fun. So,
Oh, I love it.
yeah.
Yeah,
So.
it's incredible the difference it makes when you move your body.
It really does. It just, the mental and physical, you just feel so much better.
Brett, I think we can someday convince her to join the dark side.
I'm not going to say no because homegirl's easily influenced.
Just look at that face. You can't say no to that. Look at that beard.
Like literally it takes me like come just try it out for one class. And next thing you know, I'm like, I'm all in.
Yes.
Give me the dotted line. I'm signing it.
That's the best way to be, though. With any decision in life, just do it.
I'm a
Just do
joiner.
it.
I'm a joiner.
Yeah. If you like it, if you have fun, it's just like, yes, I'm addicted.
Well, and the community aspect is something too that I've really honestly been missing with working out with my trainer. He like writes all my programming and there's an
Nice.
app that I follow from him too. But there is no one to hold me accountable other than him sending me a message on the app going, did you actually do the warm up? And Josh, if you're listening, yes, I did the warm
Yeah,
up.
Josh, she did all of it. I saw her. She was in the gym. Josh, don't kill me for recruiting her.
So yeah, the community aspect is something I'm definitely lacking and definitely interested in. So
Sounds like we got some work to do.
Some work, yes.
Well, come, she's a fellow sock. Dirty sock.
yeah,
Let's get her.
Represent for the dirty sock.
Yeah, Webster said.
Oh, well, this is so fun, guys. If people want information on coming to work out here, if they want to follow you online, where do they go? What do they do?
BrettRitter.com.
No, shut it.
No, we have a website, omnitrainingfacility.com, along with an Instagram, a Facebook, and a TikTok, which I will say I don't manage very well, but there is some cool things on there. I have been posting a lot of adaptive fitness variations of workouts and movements on
Bad.
on my page, which is WheelFit. That's my adaptive fitness pages and my adaptive fitness business. So WheelFit exists inside Omni Training Facility, the official home of WheelFit. So if you ever see anything about WheelFit, that's me and Brett and all of our wonderful athletes.
Part of the Omni umbrella.
Absolutely. And then Omni Nordic has its own Instagram as well and Facebook. And then Brett will probably give out his personal cell phone number. So if anyone wants to call him.
Email, social security, mother's maiden name.
Can I get a little blood sample? Prick your finger.
Yeah, blood type. I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for inviting me in here, letting me come hang out for the afternoon. This has been so fun. I'm so glad that we all got to connect.
Me too. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for listening to our craziness.
Yeah, craziness.
I love craziness.
Brett, you got anything else to add?
Nope.
He probably missed his bus. He's getting a no call, no show.
What time is it? 5?
5:15?
No.
Oh.
5:45.
He's got 30 minutes to do a quick workout.
No,
Get on the rower.
not even. Not even.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for checking out another episode of the Small Town Tourist Podcast. If you're interested in learning more about Omni Training Facility, I have a link to their website down in the show notes below for easy access. If you're looking for more content from the Small Town Tourist, you can always find me online at the Small Town Tourist on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can check out the blog, thesmalltowntourist.com. I'll catch you next week.